We left Port Allsworth on a couple float planes and headed to Windsong Lodge on Twin Lakes. There's Emerson Creek. We'll be hiking that later.
There's Glenn Allsworth leaving in his 206 at Twin Lakes.
We had our choice of cabins. We picked the second one.
Big bug caught in a spider web.
You'll be seeing more of this swing.
Less than 100 yards and a nice chop and a headwind. Here we are hiking on Twin Lakes, doing a little bit of bush scrambling here, as you see Cheryl and then Pat weeding their way through the willows. Tough slogging on a hot day.
The shower house was a pleasant find, and filling the water bag was a team effort. We found this cabin ruins nearby our cabin. Bill tries his hand at some dock maintenance. Well, let's hurry this along. Must say we ate pretty good. We take our first boat trip across Twin Lake to Dick Proenneke's cabin.
Now we're in the boat leaving the Windsong Lodge, heading to Dick Proenneke's cabin on a beautiful day. A little hazy because of forest fires, we think, but the weather looks good so far, and we're off.
We docked the boat and Monroe explained some of the ground rules. Monroe and Kay were excellent hosts and shared their anecdotes about Dick with us. Turns out Bill and Monroe had common interests in both cameras and scopes that belonged to Dick. Here's a map of the area, and Dick would put a pin in it for the area that he was going to go to, in case somebody had to come looking for him. Here's Dick at his newly finished cabin door, and of course we had to imitate the pose. Thought we'd better head back before the afternoon winds kicked up.
Here we are, swinging on the swing.
What do you suppose was chewing on the outhouse? Bear? Porcupine? The Windsong Lodge was in a beautiful setting. Next day we boat down to Emerson Creek to go for a little hike. Steep near the end, but the climb was worth it.
Here we are at Emerson Creek, just finishing up a hike. We went to the waterfalls. It was hot and buggy, but well worth the effort. This is right near the junction of the upper and lower Twin Lakes. We're running the boat from Gary's place up to here, all ready to a cool boat ride home. cabin after a successful hike on Emerson Creek, which was up that valley there just beyond Connie. With Mike and Patty and Cheryl. Wave to the camera.
Didn't the ranger say don't feed the wildlife? Blueberry pancakes before we make our next trip to Dick Proenneke's cabin.
We are motoring to Dick's cabin in Hope Creek on Twin Lakes, Lake Clark National Park.
2015.
Kay calls this Dick's alphabet tree. We're off to explore Teetering Rock. No, this isn't Teetering Rock. It's Rest Rock number 1. Happy 40th anniversary to Bill and Connie. Yep, this is Teetering Rock. That's our cabin over there.
Here's Mike and the gang up behind Dick Proenneke's cabin at Teetering Rock.
Wow.
And he's really got it teetering.
Wow.
Here we are at Dick Proenneke's teetering rock that he discovered behind his cabin. And here's Bill up at the top there, and you can see the motion of the rock going back and forth.
All the way down.
So here we are, July 21st, 2015 at Teetering Rock behind Dick Proenneke's cabin. And there's a beautiful view down below. Here's Teetering Rock and then scanning down to the view below.
Bear or maybe just a Bigfoot. Monroe showed us some of Dick's things in his workshop counter. Then Kay invited us in for popcorn. Then we take a few more pictures before leaving Dick's cabin. Cheryl tries a little fishing on her way back to the Windsong Lodge. Well, we're all packed up waiting for our rescue plane. ranger because she reported she had a bear visit her. So along the Twin Lakes, we're heading back to Port Ellsworth.